Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your witchy weekly forecast. We're going to take a look and see what are you weaving this coming week. So just please take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today, as well as this beautiful Organite, will be listed in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing that we're going to focus on is the spider. What experiences are you weaving this particular week? Let's look at this energy. What experiences are you going to be weaving this week? Okay, so we have ask for forgiveness. Interesting. It may be that there is someone in your life where you're going to extend the olive branch. Maybe you're going to ask someone for forgiveness. You're going to try to come to some sort of a resolution in a situation. It may even be that you are asked for your forgiveness. Okay, so this is something, and I see like the web as being like a destined energy. Okay, that's how I see the spider web. It's like a destined energy. So it's kind of like what we put out into the universe is what we're going to experience. Some of those things are going to be fated. Other things are going to be of our own free will. And I just feel like this is probably something that has taken place, where it's been your own free will or someone else. And this is to kind of get the both of you back onto this destined path. So I feel like this reconciliation or forgiveness is a destined energy. It's something that's meant to happen in order for healing purposes. So that's what I am seeing here. All right, let's go ahead and get a couple of tarot cards with this forgiveness energy. It's almost like perhaps maybe somebody that really hurt you in the past. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and it may be now that had to take place in order for maybe this individual to come back. So you guys could have this conversation. So there's just something that's been weaved. So what I'm getting here is that this experience you're weaving as in you're calling it in because you've done that work. Okay. That's the point. You've done that work. We have the Lady and the Lord. This is the Lovers, you guys. So this could be about a love situation, somebody that you love very much, a soulmate. It doesn't matter the label of this person. It's just the energy here of a choice. We're making a choice with the heart, with the lovers here. We're choosing to forgive someone because not only do we love them, but we also love ourselves enough to know that holding on to this poison isn't really going to help anyone, including ourselves. So I feel like some of you guys will perhaps forgive someone this coming week, or you're willing to forgive, and so you're putting that out into the universe. Now, this could also be, like I said, you've done something and you're extending the olive branch. It's funny, they're in front of a tree, and you're asking for someone's forgiveness, or you're just making amends is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get another card completely, because maybe not everybody will be dealing with that. What else? What other experiences are we weaving this week? Ooh, we have embrace your shadow, light and dark energy. So it's number 14. So it kind of reminds me of the Temperance card in tarot. So I do feel like there is this reconciliation vibe, or this maybe this timing that you and someone has spent apart. And so it's given you an opportunity to embrace your shadow side. It's also given them an opportunity to embrace their shadow side as well. And the only way that we can really look at our shadow is by casting light upon it. And so I do feel like this eclipse that just took place, this definitely has shined that light on the particular shadow that we need to embrace and deal with. So I feel like maybe even someone is coming out of the dark and coming out of the shadows after this very powerful solar eclipse. Making some sort, and it's funny because I named that reading, of course, taking it from that song, A Total Eclipse of the Heart. So that to me was something that was highlighted, especially with those of you that are dealing with a love situation, counterpart situation. Somebody is they've shifted more into their heart space, and so now they're making decisions based on their heart, not what their ego or their head is telling them. We have the Emperor So very masculine energy, Aries energy. It's funny because this eclipse took place in Aries season. So I definitely feel like this is connected here. I feel like somebody is standing in their power, a masculine person, or it just could be like you even embracing your own masculine side, being unafraid. You're just moving forward. You're taking the bull by the horns. You're taking control. You're also taking responsibility for action. So I just feel like someone, what's being weaved right now in your world, or you're, creating this with your own intentions, your own energy, your own healing. You're creating this opportunity to stand in your power, take responsibility for something, or there is in fact someone trying to return to your life, or will be on the horizon returning to your life, trying to take responsibility for something that they may have done that hurt you. That's very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get one more. We have time for play. Woodland Queen, beautiful. So this is like a feminine energy here. I feel like something is going to lighten up here. We're creating or weaving a lighter time, a more lighthearted time. We've been weighed down for maybe a while for some of us with just a bunch of trauma, shadow work, healing, things that we needed to do, a lot of hurts, things like that. Something is being lifted here. For some of you guys, I do feel like this eclipse took some of this energy out of your life, kind of took out either the trash, took out something here that was weighing you down very heavily to make room for something lighter and something new. But I do feel for some of you guys, it's like someone is coming back and lightening the load. It doesn't mean that they're doing the work for you, but I really feel like they're handing you the sun. They're handing you this light. They're handing you something, and you're holding it, and you're feeling a lot lighter and happier is what I'm getting here. And I feel like this came up in one of my readings this last week, where someone was coming back to just literally offer you something that was just going to make you so happy. It was going to shift everything for you. I love this, the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the viewer, you are the Queen of Pentacles. This looks to me like the Queen of Pentacles, even the Empress. The Empress usually has a rabbit right at her feet. There's a rabbit there. And then the Queen of Pentacles, to me, that looks like a dove to me, a white dove. So this peace brings peace. Regardless of whether this is a person that's doing this for you or you're creating this yourself, what you're weaving is a very peaceful, stable environment. You like where you're at. You're happy with your body, your home, where you reside, what you have going on, where you're at in the world right now. You're taking time just to basically enjoy the little things. You're taking time to just be grateful for the small things. But definitely feel like this deck obviously is very nature based, right? But I can't help but think of this olive branch, even though it's not what an olive tree looks like. It doesn't matter. There's branches. So something is being either delivered to you, or something you're creating or manifesting this more playful, peaceful time because of the work that you've done. And I'm getting a little bit of a toss up for both scenarios. Someone is bringing you peace. Somebody is asking you for your forgiveness, and it lightens things up just tremendously for your world. This could be you extending something to someone else, or you just literally letting something go and forgiving somebody or something on your own. And this just completely shifts your entire vibration. So basically, you are the weaver of your world, and whatever energy you're putting out, I feel is coming back to you. And it's coming back to you in a very positive, uplifting, high vibrational, sunny, joyous way. So that's what we have. And this right here is Capricorn's energy, by the way. So we got Capricorn, we have Aries, and we have Gemini. Very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. We're going to take a look at that web energy. So what energy is currently sticking to you? So this could be like what energy is around you, your current vibration, etc. Let's take a look at this. We have footprints, direction. Yeah, so for me, whatever energy that you are residing in right now, you guys, is giving room for the next steps, basically, with that footprints energy. You're basically putting out whatever you're focusing on, it's what you're creating. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay, so let's see. What is this that you're creating? What is this energy? This to me is like your destined path. Destined to happen next. Interesting. I love this 10 of Wands. This to me is an indication here that you're ready to drop the burden. You're dropping this burden so that way you can walk a lighter path. Your direction is actually going to be less burdensome, less heavy, less chaotic. Also, I feel like there's a karmic cycle that has just been lifted in your life. This could be a karmic relationship or somebody that created karma with you. Also, this is something that your paths are going to cross again, and there will be an opportunity to drop this burden that exists, this heavy energy that exists between the two of you. We also have clarity. Oh yeah, crystal ball, major clarity coming in. Absolutely. So you're creating this, and I feel maybe the person, you watching the video, has put something out there that you're looking for clarity, that you're looking to, you're looking at a situation in a clearer way instead of maybe blaming yourself or blaming other people. You're just basically getting very crystal clear about what kind of life you want to live, and maybe focusing on all those negatives or focusing on all the things that we really can't control. You're choosing to step into your power and basically create a wonderful life despite challenges or despite the people that have hurt you along the way. So I feel like just that alone is a huge shift that's going to really lift the burden for you. So this is what energy is sticking to you. It's not this heavy burden. It can't stick to you anymore because you're clearing out debris. You're no longer wanting to hold on to this burdensome energy. You're getting rid of it. So it can't really stick to you. It's kind of like it's a saying, right? It's like, whatever you say to me, it sticks back on you. It's like a little kid saying, and I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's true. It's so true. It can't affect you unless you believe that unless you allow it, really. Oh, look at this, 9 of Wands. Interesting. So yeah, this to me is basically saying here that nothing can get in. Nothing can get in unless you allow it to. The 9 of Wands is this wounded warrior card. You've been through a lot of shit, but you're making it very clear. And it could be that you're putting up boundaries, or you're basically saying, I'm not going to do certain things anymore. And you're making it evidently clear with your actions, your energy, and your belief systems that is just no longer going to be your existence. It's no longer going to be your reality. You're clearing up all of this bullshit. So I feel like the viewer is making some sort of a conscious choice and is taking a stand and saying no more. And you're either doing this with your words, your actions, which of course what this is doing is it's letting all this other debris that maybe has been kind of holding us down or keeping us under some sort of a thumb or control of depression or just expectation. Instead of wanting everyone else to make it better for us, we're choosing to make it better for ourselves. That's the message. Ooh, love this fire energy, spontaneity. And I love this because, when we're so focused on needing to be in control of everything, we can't be spontaneous. All right. It's funny because I have this battle with myself. I am triple Sag. Okay. I have Sun Sag, rising Sag, Mercury Sag. I mean, I'm freaking Sagittarius to the max, but my moon is in Virgo. Yeah. Interesting combination. So this Virgo part of me needs to be very militant. I need to have a schedule. I need to have structure. And that's good because maybe my Sagittarius side would just, create a monster. I don't know, totally out of control, right? No structure whatsoever. But it sometimes it can stop me from just letting go and being lighthearted and being spontaneous, doing something without a plan. So I feel like I have to use that as an example as to where some of you guys might be right now. This is about lightening. Remember, lightening up the load, letting things go, being a little bit more lighthearted with our steps, being a little bit more free to try new things, maybe to travel or to make decisions or do things that we wouldn't normally do. So I feel like we're being asked to embrace this fire side, maybe the fiery nature of Sagittarius, so that way we can expand our horizons. That way we can experience new things. So I feel like as long as you're ready to basically not be so guarded, you can be guarded with certain things, but don't be so guarded to where you're not living living your life. So Spirit is basically saying to us today, this energy can only conform us and control us if we allow it to. Let's go ahead and try to be a little bit more balanced with our lives so we can have some more fun. Because remember, this card here, time for play. We need to let go a little. We need to allow ourselves to have a little bit more fun. We need to stop being so militant and maybe structured. Nothing wrong with being structured, but I feel like some of us, it's become like it's to a fault. Like we're now becoming too rigid, and that needs to stop. Page of Coins. So Page of Coins is somebody who's very serious about their lifestyle. Interesting, I just said Virgo, right? Very structured, wanting to take good care of themselves, wanting to plant new seeds, wanting to make sure that what they're putting their energy and time into, that something's going to grow from it, that it's not just wasted resources and energy. So I feel like maybe there's a little bit of a battle with, I don't want to waste my time. But the thing is, I am getting this message for some of you guys. If you live your life that way to where you don't really leave room for certain experiences, that could actually be amazing. So we have to learn to not be so rigid is what it is. We have to learn that sometimes our expectations are not always going to be met, and that's okay. And this is a good practice because there's nothing wrong with, like I said, wanting to be structured and wanting to not waste time. But then there's that other side where it's just like, why not just do something for fun? Who cares? If it's kind of like playing a slot machine, the odds are against you. The house usually always wins. So it's like, oh my God, it's just a waste of money. But boy, sure, isn't it fun? Right? Just like, yeah, I just threw away $100, but wow, the thrill was fun. Sometimes there's things that, yeah, it doesn't make logical sense, but you're going to have fun doing it anyways. So let's let loose a little and have more fun. And this card just is really speaking to me. It's time for you guys to have a little bit more fun, okay? So I don't know what that means. I don't know if we've just been kind of taking things too seriously, or just we've been working too hard. We just are totally stressed, not having fun. Like, why are we doing it, right? Let's try to figure it out and have a little bit more fun. So what energy is sticking to us? Let's burn it away. Let's burn away all of this, just like all these negative thoughts and all these things that tell us, you can't do this, you can't do that. What about this? What about that? Overanalyzation, Virgo to the max. No fun, no great way to live. In certain scenarios, yes, but in your everyday life, I feel like Spirit is saying, let's let loose a little and have some fun. All right. Predator, what outside influences are affecting you the most this week? Ooh, all right. What does this look like? What outside influences are affecting us the most this week? Okay. So there's something about a death. The outside influence that's affecting you the most this week, I feel like there's somebody that's coming back from the dead. That's what I'm getting with this. There's an opportunity to have a rebirth from a death. That doesn't mean that you have to re-engage with this person that's coming back. It could just be a simple you forgive them. It could just be also someone's coming back up in your dreams. You're thinking about them a lot. They're in your energy field. They don't actually have to physically come back. But again, remember I was talking about this is a positive. It's not a negative. So even though I'm saying predator, that was just, a way of creating, what influences could possibly be out there. Is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be positive. It's going to illuminate a lot of things. It's actually going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy. So something is shifting. And again, the solar eclipse is coming. And again, there's still these effects I feel that are taking place from that solar eclipse. So there's an opportunity for you to basically start over and start again, refresh your energy. Absolutely. So I feel something from the past is coming back up in order for you to clear it and to shine more positive light on the situation. Light at the end of the tunnel type of energy here. And the sun is Leo, by the way. Leo's energy. Yeah, illumination, skull of light. See, it's a very light. We're going from shadow to light here. That's what's the most important thing. So nothing can really affect you in a negative way unless you buy into it, unless you give someone that power over you, unless you see things in that way. I feel like the crown chakra is being illuminated this week. And so we are also getting maybe some sort of a download or some sort of a message from spirit about a past situation or person. And it's giving us an opportunity to let it go in a positive way. It's beautiful. Yep, Eight of Swords, it's something that we may have been stuck in this cycle for quite some time. So spirit in the universe is coming through big time this coming week and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a key. And with this key, you're going to be able to unlock this part of yourself that you've been stuck in for quite some time. So it's either coming in the form of another person bringing this to you, or this is a gift from spirit. Either way, I feel like there's relief from a situation that we have been ruminating over and have been stuck in for quite some time. So it's positive. And if anybody wants to come back into your life and mess with you and screw with you and you don't feel good about it, your higher self is going to be so clued in that you're going to listen to that above this person. So that could be maybe a negative, maybe a predator is coming in and trying to take from you, take advantage of you, hurt you again. You're going to be so clued in and keyed into your intuition that you're going to make the right choice. So I'm getting that too. We have control. See, no one can control you unless you give them that power over you, period. It's kind of like it's just an illusion anyways. And I know people get really triggered by that kind of, like terminology, but it's true. It's a very difficult thing. Yeah. I mean, there's been times where I'm just like, this is so stupid. I keep thinking about this. I'm pissed about it. It's so lame. I don't care. What does this affect my life? But it still burns me up inside. I know that I have the control over my own mind to not think about that thing anymore and to push it out of my mind. But sometimes it feels so powerful. You just can't do it. I mean, you can, but you just whatever. You don't have the inner power or strength to do it. So I'm not trying to say it's going to be easy, but at the end of the day, though, it's like that mental shift. You either know that this is fact, you know that nothing can really control you, that even includes your shadow. You have control over that. Or you give into it and you live like a zombie and you say, you know what? I'm not going to take responsibility. I'm just going to blame all my problems. It's easier to be depressed. It's easier to cry about everything. It's easier not to try. That would be the zombie mentality. But we take back control of this and we say, no, I'm done with this. I'm done with the suffering. I'm done with the narrative. I can't do this anymore. It's not helping my life. Yeah. Something from the past with the judgment. This is Pluto, death energy against Scorpio here. This is somebody literally, I mean, this usually shows graves. This shows coffins. This is a grave. Something from the dead is coming back. It's coming in the category of your outer world. So this is someone in your environment that is either trying to come back, they're coming back in your mind, your energy field, you're thinking about it again. It's giving you an opportunity to make peace with it, or this person is physically going to come in your life from the past. Somebody's back from the dead, period. And they may be asking for your forgiveness. I'm just saying, that's the way it's coming through in this reading today. So take it how you will, but this is some kind of a powerful influence coming through. What we do with it will be up to us. Let's take a look at the venom. What toxic energies are you now ready to release? Let's look at this. What toxic energies are you now ready to release? Forgetting oneself. I really like this, you guys, because, just as a codependent, that I've always suffered with codependency, the one thing that I've tend to do my entire life is to put everyone else first. Okay. And then what happens? I end up forgetting about myself. And then I can become bitter, resentful, pissed, full of rage, anger, all of these things. But really, I did it to myself. And there's reasons that I've done this to myself. There's reasons for my codependency, but it is about getting to the root of that issue instead of being mad at the person that you gave everything to, that they still didn't love you. It didn't work. They didn't think you were awesome. They dropped you like you were nothing. It's just one of those things where we can get into that trap. And until we recognize that there's something in us that is creating these scenarios, it's really difficult to pull out of that. So I feel like this is a toxic energy or a behavior that we are willing to release this week, willing to let go of, looking at ourselves and saying, you know what, it's not about blaming ourselves, but it is about taking accountability that, you know what, had I not lost myself in that situation, it probably would have turned out differently. Had I not overcompensated in that situation, it may have gone better. Usually people are onto it pretty quick when you are you're overachieving or you're over giving. The giving is just completely imbalanced. People feel uncomfortable with it. They don't know what to do with it. And sometimes people are like, hell, I'll just keep taking if you're just going to keep giving, So there's something about making sure that at the end of the day that our cup is full before we actually go off and we start offering it and depleting ourselves with other people. So this is a behavior that Spirit is just reminding us this week that we do need to pay attention to. Don't forget to care for yourself. Don't forget to love yourself. Don't forget to enjoy your life as well. So if you're not having fun doing something, then it's like Spirit saying, hey, then why are you still engaging in that behavior? Let's stop. Knight of Pentacles, love this. This is about slow down. This is Virgo's energy again. Slow down, right? The Knight of Pentacles is very slow, very methodical in their moves. Yes, it's funny because this to me is like a catch-22. You're being asked in this reading to lighten up with the Virgo energy, right? But you're also being asked to hold healthy boundaries and don't forget about yourself. So there is this need for balance here. There's nothing wrong with being guarded. There's nothing wrong with paying attention to your intuition and saying, you know what, that doesn't seem like it's going to be safe for me. That's good. But then there's also this part of us where we're being asked, you know what, maybe you're being a little too cautious. Maybe you do need to give something a chance. Maybe you do need to step outside of your normal everyday routine and do something different and do something fun. So balance is key, which is what Spirit is saying. But the Knight of Pentacles is about things that we dedicate ourselves to, things that we work hard towards, what's important to you. What should be the most important thing to you is yourself. That's what Spirit's trying to say here. Okay, don't forget about that. What other toxic energy are we releasing? Revenge. Remember there's a show, right? Called Revenge. I don't remember the main girl character or whatever, but it was a really good series and I watched it back in the day. But yeah, revenge, bitterness, rage, all that stuff, poison. We're drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It never works. It really never works. But we do it anyways because we're so angry. It's very difficult. So Spirit is just saying here, stop drinking this poison and expecting the other person to die because it's not going to work and it just depletes you and ruins you. Oh, interesting. The Lover's coming up again. This is Gemini's energy. It's always a choice. We can choose to be pissed. We can, and it's okay. There's a time and a place for that. For doing a spiritual bypass and just basically saying that, oh, it's okay, love and light, I see the good in everyone. It's okay that this person did this. I forgive them in 5 seconds. It's all bullshit. We have to allow ourselves to feel the feelings. We're only human at the end of the day, you guys, so it's like we have to allow ourselves to feel these things. When we try to bypass the stages of grief or the normal human emotions, we're going to get tripped up later on. So it's always best to just be honest. If you're mad about something, admit it. Take your rage out in constructive ways, healthy ways, safe ways. This could be through exercising. This could be talk therapy, support groups. This could be journaling. This could be doing certain rituals, things like that, whatever it's going to take to channel that rage. And then you can transmute that energy later on and turn it into something positive. So it may be about a love situation. It may be about certain choices that you made. You're pissed at yourself. You can be mad at yourself for a little bit because it's only going to help you not to make that decision next time. It's sometimes good to feel feel a little grief. It's sometimes good to feel a little shame and disgust with yourself, because this is going to help you and motivate you not to be a dumbass later on, right? In the same kind of circumstances with maybe someone else or the same person. So it's okay to feel some shame. It's just that you don't want to marinate in that energy and just beat a dead horse, because it's pointless. So Spirit is basically telling us here that it can become toxic if we let this get out of control. Recognize it for what it is, honor the feeling, but then start to try to utilize it in a constructive way, eventually transmuting this energy. Last one. Alone in the world. Okay. Alone in my feelings, suffering in silence. Boy, that's so my personality. I'm one of those people where I'm going through something, you probably ain't going to know about it, unless it's my husband, Mr. Moon, or, my daughter. Aside from that, people might not know what the hell's going on. And it's because, I feel strength in just holding it in and just, putting up this, not facade, but just basically putting up this like pillar of strength. Like, I've got to be strong sort of thing. But that suffering and silence energy, it definitely can do a number on you. It can really hurt, and it can make matters worse. And so sometimes we do have to trust that it will be okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let other people know that we're suffering, maybe that we need help. And the times that I have just like on a whim, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call this person. And then I felt so much better just even talking about it. And I'm like, why do I wait so long to just, reach out? So I just feel sometimes the support system and the people that are around you, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay, to let people know, or maybe even to ask for advice, right? Because sometimes someone else's perspective can be quite helpful. So you don't have to suffer in silence, is what I'm trying to say. We have the Magician. This is Gemini and Virgo, Mercury coming through again. It's about communication. Yeah. So this is about us communicating our needs, because nothing's worse. And I am definitely, I'm an offender of this, where I'm just like, well, you should know what I'm thinking. You should know how I feel. You know what? Sometimes people aren't that, they're just not that, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just not aware, or they're just not that observant. I'm an empath, and I'm not saying like I nail it every time, but let me tell you something. With the people that I'm close to, they walk through the door, I immediately know with the shift of their energy, something's off, something's wrong, what's going on? You know what I mean? Not everybody is that empathic. Not everybody is that observant, and that's not a bad thing. I think that sometimes being an empath can actually suck, and being someone who's just kind of oblivious, probably it's bliss. Their life is probably full of bliss. You know what I mean? They're not taking on all this energy. So, but the thing is, when it comes to, communication, we do have to communicate our needs. We can't expect people to be psychic and to read our minds or to know that something is wrong. Sometimes people also don't want to be intrusive. They don't want to pry. Me, I'm a prior, so that doesn't, that doesn't really, that's not a barrier for me. I'm just like, if I see something, I address it immediately. Some people, though, are like, they were raised to, you don't pry, you don't ask, you just leave people alone. You just, they say they're okay, you believe them. I don't, but believe them, right? So that's the thing. We have to realize that there are people in our lives where we are going to have to communicate. We are going to basically have to be honest, and we are going to have to tell them how we feel. So for whatever reason, this is an opportunity for us to examine all these things this week and release these toxic behaviors, especially if they're creating problems in our lives. All right. Now we're going to go into the silk energy, which is what activities and or rituals will improve your circumstances moving forward. Let's look at this. Hey, casserole. These are like my favorite things to make. This is really, really cool. But it says, trust in the flavors that led you here, an unexpected alignment. Let it move in ways that capture your soul. So to me, this, of course, is a meal. So this is going to be something where an activity, maybe putting together a potluck, putting together a picnic, something where, you know, you get a group of people together, or it could be that you host some sort of a dinner or something, a gathering. This will be really good for your soul. And it's funny because I just did a little mini reading. I think it was on Thursday on Instagram. I even might have done it here on like a shorts, which was activities that would be good for the soul. And that's one thing that actually came through, was cooking a meal and maybe hosting a game night. So that could be something too. All right, let's go ahead and get a ritual. Okay, so we have divination. So this is candle omens. So this is about working with candles, you guys, lighting candles in your home. But this is talking about an actual omen from a candle. It says, predict the outcome of your spells by paying special attention to how the candle wick burns. Tall, strong flames mean that your magic is flowing well and the spell will be stronger than usual. An unsteady flame indicates that you're having trouble concentrating and focusing on your intentions. A normal flame means that things are going as expected. A tiny, nearly snuffed out flame means that the spell won't work. Lastly, a crackling or popping flame means that the spell will work, but possibly in unexpected ways. So even if you're not doing some kind of a ritual or a spell, this is just about lighting a freaking candle. And it's so funny because this is one of my favorite candles, but the wax went out. But this candle was crackling so crazy at one time. But I have a little bit of a fake candle in there until I get this thing filled again. But yeah, light a real candle, obviously, and pay attention to the flame. Pay attention to how it's responding, because this will have a lot to do with your energy. Use it as a divination tool. So this would be a really cool exercise for you guys to do. All right, let's go ahead and see what else. We have Black Bear. I don't know why I got Black Bear Diner. I don't know why. But Black Bear, it says, your existence is the resistance. All you must do is accept the power awaiting your arrival. So, of course, the bear as a spirit animal is so freaking strong. It's so protective. So this is talking to me about using things like protective things. So maybe coming up with some things to protect your energy field. So this would include black tourmaline, black onyx, obsidian, just different stones that you guys can basically maybe wear on your person or have in your, you know, when you work or you do something that's going to really absorb that negative energy, especially if you're a sensitive empath. This could also be a confirmation that the black bear right now is coming through as your spirit animal. But I feel like what it's really just trying to tell you guys is that there's something that you need to do, maybe work a protective spell, maybe come up, like do a protective jar, like a protection jar. Look on the internet for different things that will give you an opportunity to do some sort of protective spell. And it's funny because I have this on the bottom of the deck, protection. That's interesting. Okay. You know what? I just feel like that's meant to be, so I'm just going to take it. I just happen to look down at the bottom of the deck. VIP list. A visiting guest may unintentionally come with a +1 negative energy. Okay, you guys, this is about protecting, making sure that you clear your home. Maybe clear your home after an argument or a person or something like that. Just get into a regular routine of clearing your energy or your home. But it says here, when you know someone is going to visit you, light a white candle when they enter, and this will prevent any negative energies from entering into your home. Either potted basil by the door is an additional deterrent, easily at hand in case of unexpected arrivals. So maybe work with basil. Have a basil plant by your front door and light a white candle when people come over. So this will also help to protect any negative energies that could be attached to that particular person. Very interesting. All right. And this is about you visiting or going out as well. You come back, you need to do a clearing. All right, let's go ahead and get one more. River rocks. Ooh, I love this. This is about maybe going to a body of water and doing some sort of a ritual where you write something down and then your intentions, and you basically let it go or release it in the water and watch it just basically flow. So it's like you're giving the universe an opportunity you're just going with the flow. You're releasing something and you're watching it actually grow. So it says, go with the current, dear one, find peace in letting go, let life wash over your soul and welcome your becoming. So this is about maybe working with water, using water and like burning something and then releasing it in a body of water and letting it wash away. It's an activity for you to let go of something. So that's also another ritual that would be helpful for you at this time. All right, let's get one last one. We have attraction. Ooh, love this. Dream big. It says, draw bigger, more vivid dreams to you with this spell pouch. Fill the pouch during a full moon, then use it at any night you wish. Choose a few of these ingredients for sleep and creativity: chamomile, thyme, peppermint, amethyst, moonstone, or a small spell scroll stating your dream intentions. Sleep with this pouch under your pillow. Record your dreams in a journal to keep track of any patterns that emerge. So basically you're creating like a dream pouch, and then you also are going to be journaling about what comes true with your dreams. So these are going to be premonitions, psychic insights, maybe even telepathy, visitations from spirit guides, or just people that are in the 5D that are connecting with you. This will be a really nice thing that you can do to just really work on your psychic energy and gifts. All right, you guys, last one. This is going to be garden. Where are you headed next with your improved energy? Let's look at this. Where are you headed next with this improved energy? We have meditation to dig deep. Very cool. All right, you guys. So this is the thing. It might be that you are spending some time meditating. That's really cool. Those are amethyst, right? Maybe even we're doing some gardening is what I'm seeing here. We're planting new seeds. We're digging deep into the soil. We're pulling out anything. We're pulling things out by the roots is what I'm seeing with this. We're digging deep into ourselves. We're not going to just skim the surface. We're actually going to take the time to get to the root of the issue, because we know it's just going to keep popping up if we don't do it, right? We don't do that work. So even though you guys are supposed to be a little bit more lighthearted and stop working so hard, I just feel like if you guys continue to really invest in yourself and dig deeply within, you're just going to be happier in the long run, healthier. And we have what is that? The Two of Swords. Yeah, so this is about if you're feeling kind of stuck, if you're feeling like things aren't really moving at this particular time, go deeper in the self, meditate. Figure out where is it or what is it about, what can you do, right? Because a lot of times when we're stuck, we tend to look at outside things. And even though those can be contributing factors, yes, what can we do about it? So we're being asked to basically meditate, take the time to sit down with ourselves, connect with our creator, the universe, our spirit team, our higher self, and ask for the answer. Because see, she's blindfolded, but she's still hitting the target. So we're supposed to really focus more on what our inner voice is telling us at this time for answers, rather than what we're getting in the outer world. So we're trusting our third eye. We're trusting our higher selves more. And see, plant seeds. There's something about planting seeds. Maybe even starting a garden or like spring here in the States. It's like, or just at this part of the world, plant some new seeds for a new garden, pull things out by the root. If anything is stagnant, it needs to be pulled. This is a spring cleaning energy. That's what I'm getting here. So where you're headed next is you are improving your energy by doing a spring cleaning, by pulling out crap in the garden that just doesn't belong. Things that you don't want to grow, you're pulling it out and you're planting new seeds. I love how there's a cat in every single card of these decks. It's so cool. Yeah, we have the devil. Look at this. Capricorn's energy. This is about the physical world. It may be that, we've relied too heavily on outer things, people, things, material things, to provide us happiness and pleasure. And even though those things are a part of the human existence, they bring happiness and joy. it's only temporary, because what do you do when you lose your health? What do you do when you lose people? You attach enjoyment and things to all of that stuff. So when it's gone, then we feel like we've got nothing. So this is about dedicating more time and spending more time in activities and things that are going to nourish your soul at the end of the day, that maybe aren't so attached to things or other people. Maybe placing less importance on external things, external pleasures, and really working on creating that peace and happiness from within. So we're going to head more into this direction of providing things for ourselves and pulling away and detaching more and more in the material world, or to things and people where, nothing lasts forever. Oh, wrong one. Let me get one more of this. Air magic. This is very cool. So air magic is obviously communication and mental thoughts. So what we're thinking, what we're writing, what we're saying, we're attracting. So this is something where we're going to improve our mental state. We're going to clear up those negative speech patterns, those negative thought patterns, those narratives, things like that, what other people are thinking or saying. Some of you guys could even be doing like a detox where you're spending less time on social media or watching programs and things like that, and you're spending more time maybe listening to, just calm music and just meditating and sitting with yourself or reading, things like that. So I feel like you guys are going to be improving your mind, and you're going to be detaching less from like the collective, actually. With the Four of Wands, yeah, just really spending time in your own energy, sitting in your own energy, maybe spending more time at home. I mean, you might be doing things outdoors and getting together with friends and family. That's wonderful, but I feel like you're going to create your own kingdom. You're going to create this very peaceful palace. You're going to, your body is your temple. That's what I'm getting here for you guys. And so your life is only improving and getting happier and more stable because you're putting more time and dedication into your temple, basically, instead of the temple of other things, other people, places, things like that. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you this week. I really hope that it was helpful to you, and thank you again so much for choosing to watch this reading. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye-bye.